Hi, now we'll see about SAP abap table maintenance generator. So what is a table maintenance generator? That is called as a TMG as a short form. A TMG is a tool used to create a table maintenance program which can be customized so that the end user can use it for performing the following commonly used activity in a table. Like if you want to add a new record into your database table, if you want to modify any existing record, or you want to delete the record. So those are the common activity, so we can very easily do using a table maintenance generator. TMG is generally used for the small table in real-time scenario with limited fields. This is as an alternative to the model pool programming. Generally, for maintaining the bulk data or the data in a table format, we prefer the model pool programming. But a TMG is a preferred method for small tables because we can create a TMG in a very short time. Along with this simple method, we can also make use of events in the TMG for multiple purposes, like adding some default value for the fields while creating a new record, or to perform some validations, and many other events are there in the TMG. The prerequisite for the TMG creation on a table is in SC11 for a table in the delivery and maintenance tab. This field, that is the data browser /table view maintenance, this should be display maintenance allowed. If it is not allowed, we will not able to maintain the record through the TMG. So if this is set, then from the same screen SC11, from the utilities, we can create the table maintenance generator, utilities and TMG. So once we create a TMG, then we can maintain the data through T-code SM30, or we can create a parameter transition for this. So in this session, we will see about how to create a TMG, the screen field modifications, event implementation, and assigning a transition code for the TMG. So for this, I have one table, that is ZEMP_master. Here I have multiple fields. So now I want to create a TMG for this table. So first we'll check in the delivery and maintenance tab whether it is allowed or not. The first point is OK. So we have display maintenance allowed. Now here utilities and go to table maintenance generator. Here we have the option of authorization groups. This means that if you want to assign a particular role to this table, like only those user can maintain, we can assign the authorization group, or else we can simply go with without authorization group. Then here we have to give a function group, because all the programs related to table maintenance and the screen, that all are created under this function group. Not necessary the name should be same, we can give any name, but for the simplicity I am using the same name as the function group. Then here we have the maintenance type, either we can go with the 1 step or 2 step. So based on our requirement we can choose. So generally I prefer the 1 step method, and here we have to give the screen number, or if you want the system should generate screen number automatically, then click on here to find screen numbers. Propose screen number. So screen number 1 is assigned, then click on create. I am going with a local object, save. This will create the multiple objects, local. So here we can see the request completed without any errors. This means that our table maintenance generator is successfully created. Now to add the record in this table, now here we done with the first step, that is creation of a TMG. Now to add a record, we go to SM30 T-code. It is called as maintain table views. Here enter the table name and click on maintain. So as already have some records in my table, so that I can see here. And if you want to add the new record, click on new entries. Select the title, first name, SAP test. So like this we can enter the details and save the record. Now we'll see about how to do the screen field modification. As you see here, we have a lot of fields in this maintenance, and this space is completely open. And I want that those three fields will be grey out. Username, created by and created on, and we can also rename the above mentioned fields. As the field names here are department, CTC, currency, etc. So we'll rename that fields. So for that we have two options. Either we can do in the same T code, that is AC11, utilities, table maintenance, and double click on this overview screen. This is one option. Or the second option is, if you know this function group name, then go to T code AC80. Here enter the function group name, so you can see all the objects inside the function group, and here we have our screen. So we can also go through this way. Okay, but if you are already working on the same screen, so it is better to go directly from here. Go to change mode, utilities, TMG, and double click on this screen. As I want to increase the length of the table, so go to layout. Oh sorry, I have to go to attribute actually. First attribute, then layout. 1 minute, we'll again go back to the attribute tab. Here we want to increase this length. Okay, let's come from this way only. So here you can see the lines and the columns. The lines means that is the number of rows, and the columns the number of columns. So here it is 83, so I will increase, let's say around 180. I'm keeping the lines as it is, I'm changing only the columns. Okay, activate first. Now go to layout, double click here at this position. Here we can see the visible length is 83, and as I have set here 180, so I can change this, let's say around 179. Okay, so now you can see it is visible on the complete screen. So this is the first screen modification. We have changed the width of the table on the screen. Now see the second one. Now let's say I want to rename this or this date of joining. I simply want to mention here DOJ. So to change the length text of this, double click here, and here it is a text field. Delete all this and write whatever you want, that is DOJ. And here for the amount I want to print as the CTC. For any field, if you want to also assign some search help, then simply we can double click here, and in the program, in the dictionary, we can see here the search help. You can also assign the search help here. So this is the second thing, like after changing the width, we have changed the text of the field. Now one more we will do here, changes, screen modification. Okay, first let me change this. I want to mention as created by date and time. Now I want that those three fields should be grey out. This I want the table should fill automatically. Okay, so to make this in the display mode, double click here. There are two methods. So first two field I will show with one method, and for time I will show you another method how to make this field only as display mode. Double click here. In the program, remove this input field. Once we remove the input here, we can see this gray out. Also for the date. We can also make the fields mandatory like that. If you want to make this field mandatory, double click here, and here input field we can make as required. Once we make this field as required, so we can see the required icon here. Okay, we can also show as a recommended. So here I have made those two fields in the display mode. Now activate this, close for complete activation. Now come to element list. Now here if you see, as I have made the two field in the display mode. Okay, now I want to make the time as display mode here. So here if you see here the input, so I have to remove this checkbox. If I remove this checkbox, this will again work as a display mode only. So I have activated object, go back, come out of the program, again go to SM30 ZEMP_master. So now see, we have increased the width of the table, and we can see the new text which we have assigned here, that of joining, CTC, and this is showing the icon of recommended. This is not mandatory, this is recommended. And you can see those three fields are gray out. Okay, try to add a new record here. Let's say 201. Okay, this way we can add a record. If you want to delete the record, just select this and click on this delete icon. If you want to change the record, save. Like this you can change the record. So in this way we can do the screen field modification. Now we'll see about how to implement the events. So now, as here we have made this three field as the gray out, but my requirement is whenever a new record is created, I want system to populate those three field value automatically. Who is creating the record, the date and time. Okay, so for that, again go to SE11, change mode, utilities, TMG. From this screen, environment, modification, events. Press enter. Here click on new entries. So first check what all the events are available. Click on search help. So here we can see a lot of events are provided by SAP. Like the event 01 is before saving the data into database, 02 after saving the data. Like there are many events are there. So in this demo I will show about this one, that is 05, creating a new entry. So whenever I am creating a new entry, I want to populate some default values to fields. So I am going with this 05. Here give the form routine name. So I'm going with I'm giving a name as new entry, new underscore entry, and click on save icon. This case sensitive to always try to enter this in the capital letter, new entry. Now click on this editor. We'll go with the new include program, activate. Now here we have to create a form routine. So how to create a form routine? That is subroutine, simply type form, and the routine name which we have given on the previous screen, that is the new entry, give a full stop and end form. So our table name is ZEMP underscore master, and we want to populate the field value for the three fields, that is created by, created on, and time. So I will write here, let's say created by, and I want to pass the username who is creating the record. So to pass the session name, we have to type sci uname, second is zemp underscore master, that is created on, and I want to pass the date into this field, that is the sy-datum, and my last field is, which I want to populate automatically, is the time field. For time I will passing as ZUZEIT, that is the time field. Save, check, and activate. So here we have activated this include program. Save, zemp underscore master, go back, function group cannot be processed. So now, before trying to maintain the record after implementing event, copy this function group and go back to AC80 transaction code. Here type a function group and activate at the top level. As you can see, this is the inactive. If it is in inactive state, system will give dump error. If you want to see that, so before activating, go to SM30. I'm creating a new record here. As soon as I press the enter, it's giving the dump error, the form routine not found, because my function group is inactive. So first I have to make this active. So for that, right click here and make this activate. Press enter. Now the function group is activated. So again go back to transaction code SM30, maintain, click on a new record, and this time I'm going with 3, title, I am entering different values here. And now still the fields are grayed out. I'm pressing enter. So as soon as I press the enter, you can see the system has populated the values in those fields, because we have added an event, and in that event we have written the code for this. So in this way, using the event, we can add the default values while creating a new entry. Save, go back, again check whether the values are there or not. This is the record we have created. Okay, so you can see the values are here. So in this way we can create the events in the TMG. Now let's assume you want to give the access of this T code to the end user. So we cannot give the access of T code SM30 generally to the end user. Instead of this, we want to create a transaction code, and through a T code we want to give the maintenance access of this T code. So for creating a T code, go to transaction SC93, your T code name Z create underscore emp, Z create underscore emp, click on create icon, give the description, create employee. Now here we have multiple options. So for the TMG we have to go with the fifth one, that is transaction with parameter. Here give the T code SM30 and click on skip initial screen. Select all those choice box 1, 2 and 3. Now here the default values, name of the screen field, The first we have to give the view name on which table we want to create the record. So our view name is ZEMP underscore master, and last time I shown with update. Now this time I will go with show. We can write as show equal to X and save. Now we have created this T code Z create underscore EMP. Go back. Now on this screen in the command field enter the new T code Z create underscore EMP. Press enter. Right. So again we can see the same screen here. This time as I have made that as show, that's why initially it is in the display mode. If you make that view as the update, by default this will be in the entry level. So from here if you want to add a new record, you have to click on display change, click on new entries and maintain a new record. So in this way we have seen how to create a table maintenance generator, how to do the screen field modifications, event implementation, and assigning a transaction code to a table maintenance generator. So in this way we're done with this session on SAP ABAP table maintenance generator. Thank you.